I have traveled a lot of places. Actually, apparently when I was like 11 months old, I did my first road trip to Canada, which is pretty cool. And then I know when I was like 3 or 4, my mom and dad took me to Green Gables, which is like Anne of Green Gables, and that I think is in Prince Edward's Island, which is in Canada. Then when I was 6, we did a cruise to the Caribbean, which is pretty cool. My brother was 2, so he really enjoyed that, but he doesn't remember anything. But I barely do too. I think I got cornrows, or at least the braids. A 6-year-old with braids looks weird when you're a little white child. I've also traveled to the UK, so we did like 3 days in England, and then like 2 days in Scotland, a day and a half in Ireland, and then like 5 hours in Wales, which is really nice. It rained a lot, which isn't so surprising when you think about England and the rest of the UK, but it still rained a lot for the summer. And then 2 years ago, I think it was 2 years ago, like right before senior year of high school, my grandparents had their 61st anniversary, and for that we took an Alaskan cruise, and we went all over like little different places in Alaska, but then we did a lot of like smaller towns in like Canada, and we ended up in Vancouver. And so we went to Vancouver and we explored, and that was really cool. They had like bubble tea ice cream and like all these different like culture things like all mushed together in one city, and it was really interesting to see. Okay, so one really funny story that I don't really remember, but my mom loves to tell me about traveling is, so we went on a cruise for my grandparents' 50th anniversary, yes. And so I was 6 when this happened, and goodness gracious, I was not the best child to travel with, because I had a very tiny bladder when I was little, like really bad. Like it took me forever to get potty trained, but when I got potty trained, I got to go to Disney World, so you know, it's worth it. Anyway, so we were walking around St. Thomas, and we found a fountain, and it was me and all my girl cousins, and the youngest girl cousin is 7 years older than me, so they were all like 14 to like 22 or something like that. Sounds about right. Allison's like 10 years older than me, and maybe 11. And so they like took a group picture on the fountain, and I sat on my cousin's lap. And see, for some reason, there's no public bathrooms readily available for a 6-year-old, and so I perhaps tinkled on my cousin, but I think my mom's just making up a story to embarrass me further, because apparently I have never been a great person for lap sitting. Never. And so that